To your bet your life. If you say the secret word, you'll split $100 between you. Thelma Smith, eh?
Yes.
And Philip Cobb, eh? You know Thelma not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. Now, Thelma, let's start with you. Where are you from?
I'm from Sheffield, England, Groucho.
Oh, isn't that where they make dishes or something like that?
Well, no, it's famous for its steel and cutlery.
Oh, are you married?
Yes, I am, Groucho.
You are, huh? Well, how'd you meet him?
Well, I went to this soccer game with some girlfriends because it's a national sport in England, and I'd never seen the game.
I see.
So I went to see a game.
Well,
and,
how is it you never saw the game before?
Well, I never went before.
Didn't you have any girlfriends in England?
No.
You have a lot of boyfriends?
Oh, yes.
Is that why you came to America, to get away from the boyfriends in England?
No, I came to get some new ones.
Oh. You got bored with the old ones?
You might say so.
Well, I did just say so. Mr. Kopp, you're a very imposing man. How big are you?
I'm 6'5", and I weigh 280.
Where are you from, Phil?
I was born near Oak Ridge, Tennessee, but I grew up around the country, Miami, Florida, New York.
Have you got a job?
Yes. In San Francisco, I'm first base with the San Francisco Symphony.
You play first base with San Francisco, huh? No wonder they call them the Giants. Did you just sign up with the team this year? I don't recall seeing you out there last year.
No, I don't think you understood me. I'm first base, principal base with the San Francisco Symphony and Opera Orchestra.
Oh. Have you always been a ball player?
Well, no, I'm not a ball player.
Well, you're big enough to play first base.
I'm a musician, Groucho. I'm a musician. I play bass viol.
Well, you don't have to be so modest about it. Probably not as vile as you think you are. Are you married?
Yes, I am. I'm married. My wife's name is Jane.
Well, how'd you meet your wife? Was she a baseball fan, too?
No, she wasn't a baseball fan. I met her at the...
Ballpark?
No, as a matter of fact, I met her at a picnic at the old cemetery in Gold Hill, Nevada.
That was quite an undertaking, I'll bet. You say you had a picnic there? Did she have a box lunch?
You see, there were...
What happened? Was she looking for a dead one and you showed up?
Who knows?
Well, I'd like to go on talking to you, but I assume you're also here to win some money. So, George, let's have the questions. Put them right out here. Now, what category did they pick?
You selected dictionary quiz.
So, would you like to choose one?
Okay, shall I take a two?
Two, please.
There you are.
For $200, what is nepotism?
Can we talk?
Are you supposed to discuss it?
Well,
Well, you say it then.
Well, nepotism is where one shows partiality to someone because of the fact that they're relatives.
Precisely right.
$200 now, and 3 more chances to make 5.
Oh, she did so well. You pick one.
Well, I picked a good one.
Pick another good one. Pick an easy one.
Another $200.
What is entomology? E-N-T-O-M-O-L-O-G-Y.
Insects. I think it's the study of insects.
Study of George Fenneman, that's right.
Well, you now have $400 and 2 more chances to make 5.
Oh, I'll splurge. Oh, is that all right with you? Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot to ask.
They say they're harder.
For $300, what does postprandial mean? P-O-S-T-P-R-A-N-D-I-A-L.
Postprandial, P-R-A-N-D.
I'll take a guess, if I may.
Are you sure?
Seems to me it's a medical term that they use. It has reference to something before an operation.
No, it means after dinner.
Prandial. I haven't had dinner.
No. Well, I haven't had Prandial. Anyway, you still have $400.
And one more chance to make 5. The $100 ones are easier, the 200 are a little tougher, and the 300, as you see, are pretty darn tough.
Take the ones in the center. They're a nice color.
Do you want 100 or...
All you, well,
Take a blue one.
You know, the point
You only
is
need
to get
$100.
$500.
because if you get 500, you come back for a chance at 10,000.
So take a yellow one.
Okay.
There we are.
For $100, what is castigation?
Well, that's a very elegant term for telling somebody off and bawling them out and calling them names.
That's all right. Severe
Is that enough?
criticism, punishment. That's close enough.
And you got yourselves $500, so we'll see you a little later on for a chance at $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000.
All right, thank you.
I didn't know bass players could talk at all. Surprised me, huh? Well, you can come back later. Congratulations, and we hope you'll get a chance at some big money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to have you talk to June Adler and Glenn Turnbull. So, folks, you go in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. June Adler and Glenn Turnbull, huh? Now, those are very nice names. They're short and brief. Well, June was always my favorite month. Usually, June is followed by July. But beginning tonight, June may be followed by Groucho. Are you married?
Yes, I am, Groucho. I've been married a little over a year now.
Oh, in that case, June will be followed by July, as usual. Where are you from, Juno?
Well, I was born on a small farm in Custer, Washington. It's Custer is about 90 miles north of Seattle.
Oh, and now you're Glenn Turnbull, huh?
Yes, that's right.
Are you married?
Yes, I've been married 17 years.
Do you have a job?
Well, not actually a job. I have a custom tailor and menswear shop in Newport Beach, California.
Well, I'm not interested. I never shop for men. I only shop for girls. And even that is just window shopping. Are you sure you're married, Joe?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Who is this bounder? I mean, how did he happen to cross your path?
Well, one day I was having Jell-O and milk in a hotel in Seattle.
You were having Jell-O and milk?
Yes.
That's what you subsist on, Jell-O and milk?
Well, that day I was. And
What was this? Was this your dinner?
my lunch.
Your lunch, huh?
Yes.
Is this a customary lunch with you, Jell-O with milk?
No, that day I was just
Don't
in the
you
mood
have
for it. This nice young man came down and sat at my table.
It was pretty rude of him,
It
wasn't it?
was quite rude, but...
And, did you make a habit of picking up strange
Oh,
men?
no, I didn't, but he asked me to dinner, and I
Well,
was...
wait a minute. He just didn't come over and say, let's have dinner, did we?
No, no.
Why did he ask you to dinner? He saw this miserable lunch you were eating last night.
That was a cheap date, I guess.
I guess he thought you'd eat like that tonight,
I guess
too, huh?
so.
Well, what happened?
Well, he asked me to dinner, and I was only 18 at the time, and...
Well, how old do you think you have to be to have dinner?
No, well,
I've heard people having dinner when they were 12.
well, I needed my mother's permission, so I called her,
You mean you're not allowed to have dinner unless your mother okays it?
well, under the circumstances, I thought it would be best.
Well, that was very, very nice of you.
Yes.
What did your mother say? Hang on to him, I'll be right down? Well, how long after this did you get married?
5 years.
5 years? Doesn't he ever long for the good old days when he picked up strange girls in restaurants? How do you keep him from straying off the reservation?
Well, Groucho, when he gets home from a hard day at work, I might add here that I'm usually home before he is. I run around and
Why is
clean
that?
the apartment. Well, I work for a modeling agency, and usually my job's in the daytime, photography jobs.
And you get home early?
Earlier
and
than he
defrost
does.
the food, huh?
No. I straighten up the apartment, and I light the candles and turn down the lights, and I turn the hi-fi up, and then I burn this incense. It smells just like a campfire.
Oh. Well, why do you burn the incense? Is that so he can't smell the burnt lamb chop?
I think it's romantic.
Uh-huh. And then What else you do to lull him into a sense of false security?
He comes in and he sits down and I serve him California wine.
Uh-huh. That's nice.
Yes, it's very relaxing.
A whole bottle?
Well,
Well, after you get him half loaded on this cheap wine, then what do you give him for dinner? Jell-O and milk?
no. For dinner, I cook with wine also. Wine adds a lot to food. It's,
Wait a minute. This show is getting nuttier all the time. That's very nice.
What did you say?
What did you say, huh?
I don't know, what was it?
I can't tell you. Can't tell you. Maybe if you say it again, she'll leap out here again. Well, anyway, after you get him, he's got the wine now and the burnt lamb chops, and the lights are low and the whole place stinks from this incense. And then you put wine in the food besides.
Oh, yes.
And what does your
that's a
husband
lot.
think of your alcoholic cooking? Does he call, as soon as the dinner is over, does he call up AA and have them come over and sit with him?
No, wine really does add a lot to cooking, and usually he likes what I prepare for him. But however, sometimes I use my imagination and I make up things, and then he doesn't say much. He just keeps quiet.
He isn't quiet. He's half drunk. That's. But, you know, if her husband ever went on the wagon, he'd have to stop eating. Well, how come you're so hipped on wine? I should think a farmer's daughter would be more interested in milk.
This past year, I was fortunate enough to have been chosen National Wine Queen, and
You were the wine queen?
yes, and I toured the vineyards throughout the state and attended the various functions held during National Wine Week, and I found out really how wonderful wine is and the tradition behind it.
Well, it's kept your marriage together.
Yes, it has.
He's so logy he can't get out of the house anymore. So you were the wine queen,
Yes,
huh? I'd like to help you make wine sometime. You could squeeze the grapes and I'll squeeze you. And if we hear a cork popping, that'll be your husband. Better known as the grapes of wrath. Glenn, let's get back to you and that second-hand of clothes you're selling. Do you press pants all day, or do you have some hobby that breaks the monotony?
Well, I don't actually have a hobby.
Does your wife give you a bun on the evening, too? Huh?
No, we drink a little California wine with dinner now.
Oh.
No incense.
And no nonsense either, I don't suppose. After 17 years, there's more incense than nonsense. Voltaire.
Now, my dad and I run the shop down in Newport, and that's in the daytime, of course. And then
You run the shop in the daytime?
Yeah, the men's shop.
And what do you run at night?
Well, actually, at night I've been in show business for quite a long time.
Oh, you're in show business.
And I've been in.
Well, what have you done?
Well, I was in Call Me Mister in New York and Meet the People out here. And several
It was about cannibals, wasn't it? Eat the People? I remember that very well.
Meet the People.
Suddenly last summer it's called now. Well, what's your specialty? Are you a singer or a tragedian? Or what?
No, I'm an actor, but actually my specialty is leg mania dancing.
Oh, what do you mean, leg mania?
Well, leg mania is another word for kind of crazy leg, rubber leg dancing.
I have leg mania too. I'm crazy about legs. Huh? Well, could you do a little dance for us? I wouldn't ask you to do your whole act, but I think the people would like to see a little. Would you like to see a little of it,
Yes,
Joan?
I'd love to.
Could you tell us a little about this dance?
When Mr. Fenneman asked me to be on the show...
Mr. Fenneman, did he ask you to call him Mr. Fenneman?
Well, yes, Mr. Fenneman.
He did, huh? Yes.
Actually, this dance, Groucho, that Mr. Fenneman talked to me about...
Call him George. Yeah, he isn't here now.
Is a dance that I did in the show called The Wayward Way, which is a musical version of The Old Drunkard.
Oh.
And in that show, I played the preacher, and I married the hero and the heroine. And after I did this, I did this crazy leg mania dance as the preacher.
I see. Well, what kind of music
Well, Well, it's called Ball in the Jack. It's an old tune, and I used it in the show. It's called Ball in the Jack.
You boys ball and jack it up? Well, Jack, ball it up a little. Imagine you go into his shop to buy a pair of pants and he starts doing that. That's the way her husband is after her dinners. Well, enough talk. Let's get a crack at winning some money. Some long green. I'm sure you're interested in that. Huh? Now, George, did you bring out the question box? Put it up here so the people can see it first.
All right.
Now, what category have you chosen?
You selected spelling, right?
Yes.
Step right up here.
Mm-hmm.
June, you want to pick the first one?
$200?
Mm-hmm.
There's a horse in the studio. For $200, spell the word embarrass, meaning to confuse or fluster. Talk it over now.
Go ahead.
EMBARRASS.
June, you are absolutely right.
And you have $200. He has 3 more chances to make $500. Another $200 question, Groucho.
For 200 smackola, spell the word witticism, meaning a clever saying, something you rarely hear on this show.
Go ahead.
WITTICISM.
Take it away.
And you now have $400 and 2 more chances to make 5.
First you put your left, do.
And another $200 question.
Spell the word ecstasy, meaning a state of rapturous delight.
It helps to write in my hand. ECSTACY.
SY.
SY, I mean.
SY. SY. SY.
SY.
SY is right.
You now have $600, so this is pure gravy now. 1 more chance.
What?
Well, they're going to come back and try for $10,000,
Pure
regardless.
gravy. What does that got to do with it?
Well, they understood me because they took a $300 question.
Spell the word effervescent, meaning, that's a dirty thing to do. Meaning to be lively, to bubble.
Follow me. EFFERVESCENT.
Give him the money, George.
I will, and you wind up with a total of $900, so you'll see a little later on for a chance at $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We see you later. Huh?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, George, we'll have 2 couples to try for the big money tonight. Now, here's the first big question. Who's going to answer it?
Thelma Smith and Philip Karp earned $500, and here they are to try
Bring 'em in,
for
bring 'em.
$10,000.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Now, you understand the game? You pick a number from 1 to 10 for $10,000, and we put the number up here. Then you pick one for $5,000, which will go up here. Now, what number is it?
8.
8, put an 8 up. And you?
7.
7. All right, now if any other number but these two come up, the question is worth a total of $2,000. Are you ready?
Yes.
Fine.
Spin the wheel. Your number was 7 for $5,000. Are you ready? Here you go for a total of $5,000. Ready?
Yes.
Only one man has ever served 2 non-consecutive terms as President of the United States. For $5,000, what was his name? Talk it over. All right, the question was, only one man has ever served 2 non-consecutive terms as President of the United States for a total of $5,000. What was his name?
I'm going to guess Harrison.
No, you were close. It was Grover Cleveland, but Harrison was the president between Cleveland's 2 terms.
Oh.
Well, you almost won it.
We're in the era.
I'm sorry, mister, but they wind up with what, George?
$500.
$500? Well, I've seen worse nights than that.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
showing up.
June Adler and Glenn Turnbull won $900, so they've earned a chance at the big money, and here they are now.
It seems like eternity since you were here last. I hope you'll never leave again.
Thank you.
Now, do one of you want to pick a number for a total of $10,000? Number from 1 to 10.
9.
Put up a 9, George. Now, you pick a number for $5,000. 7. 9 and 7. Now, one of you spin the wheel. If any other number but these come up, the question's worth a total of $2,000.
Okay.
Go ahead. A new cabinet post was created in 1953. It was Secretary of Health, Education, and Welfare. For a total of $10,000, who was the first person to hold this new and important office? All right, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
Eric Fleming?
Eric Flynn, did you say?
Fleming.
No, it's Ovida Culp Hobby. H-O-B-B-Y. Here. Read it out.
Ovita Culp Hobby.
I'm sorry, mister, but you still have how much? $1,100?
No, 9.
$900. Well, that isn't too bad
No,
for a
no.
night's work. Thanks for coming
Thank
down.
you very much.
And it was lovely seeing you. And you too. Thank you. You bet your life. If you say the secret word, you'll split $100 between you. Thelma Smith, eh?
Yes.
And Philip Cobb, eh? You know Thelma not in mournful numbers, life is but empty dreams. Huh? Now, Thelma, let's start with you. Where are you from?
I'm from Sheffield, England, Groucho.
Oh, isn't that where they make dishes or something like that?
Well, no, it's famous for its steel and cutlery.
Oh, are you married?
Yes, I am, Groucho.
You are, huh? Well, how'd you meet him?
Well, I went to this soccer game with some girlfriends because it's a national sport in England, and I'd never seen the game.
I see.
So I went to see a game,
Well, how
and...
is it you never saw the game before?
Well, I never went before.
Didn't you have any girlfriends in England?
No.
You have a lot of boyfriends?
Oh, yes.
Is that why you came to America, to get away from the boyfriends in England?
No, I came to get some new ones.
Oh. You got bored with the old ones?
You might say so.
Well, I did just say so. Mr. Kopp, you're a very imposing man. How big are you?
I'm 6'5", and I weigh 280.
Where are you from, Phil?
I was born near Oak Ridge, Tennessee, but I grew up around the country, Miami, Florida, New York,
Have you got a
folks-
job?
Yes, in San Francisco, I'm first base with the San Francisco Symphony.
You play first base with San Francisco, huh? No wonder they call them the Giants. Did you just sign up with the team this year? I don't recall seeing you out there last year.
No, I don't think you understood me. I'm first base, the principal base with the San Francisco Symphony and Opera Orchestra.
Oh. Have you always been a ball player?
Well, no, I'm not a ball player.
Are you big enough to play first base?
I'm a musician,
Cover up,
Groucho.
huh?
I'm a musician. I play
Oh.
bass viol.
Well, you don't have to be so modest about it. Probably not as vile as you think you are.